of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Sam Darnold and the Philadelphia Eagles.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. First carry for DeAndre Swift. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. A great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold underneath for Miller. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
At the 26-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Justin Herbert sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
A loss of 9.
I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive, nothing wrong with being electric, nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The Yetur Gross Matos there to bring him down.
4 yards.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
A gain of 2 on the play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Eagles.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Swatted, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Tyler Bass for the extra point.
Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and look for some help from their defense.
Trying to forget about that pick 6 last time out.
It's a pickup.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A throw taken in by Sims. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And Darnold going to keep this himself. And he's got some space here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
To Robert Woods.
The numbers for Woods last week, 5 catches, 84 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme. one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
On second down, here's Miller. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Down.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it now with Swift, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you pointed out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Herbert off of play action. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
49ers.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And it is now 21-0. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different. End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
On 20-yard line.
And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far, as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10". I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Herbert. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's caught inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Mecole Hardman. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. He's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers continue to roll. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got him in position.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Taking over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete to number 89.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards the pickup there. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Jacobs. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Eagles' 17-yard line.
Herbert back to the air. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Jacobs.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Herbert on 3rd down now. This will be caught at about the 5. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Herbert throwing again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half.
It's now 2nd and goal.
first down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Nothing.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
A run with Jacobs there on first down, but he'll manage only a yard or 2 at best. 2nd down coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And his throw is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Kyle Rudolph. Incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that's incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, but now it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Let's go. 70 range. 70 range. Hurt. 53. All day, baby. All day. Jim. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Slam. 70. Out.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. 57's Mike. Mike 57. And here we go. Watch the pass. 18
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert taking a deep shot here for Hardman. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
1st down, Philadelphia.
Mike 34. Mike 34. Here we go. 34's the Mike. 34's the Mike.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He completes this into the hands of Miller. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Let's get that ball. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
On 2nd down, it's Miller. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
The ball carried by...
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big time throw?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Sam Darnold sacked.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz caught and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And you just kind of get the sense that this team's been snake-bitten a little bit here. They just have not had anything go their way.
It's like they collectively walked under a ladder on their way into the stadium. What else could go wrong?
On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
That's good.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A first down run with Jacobs won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard, but that's about all, and it's second down. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the 50, here's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So, 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He's taken down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Herbert. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 29 yards there. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And this offense is running away with this one. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself, and
down he goes. The 49ers get there.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack on first down, Darnold. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Here's Hardman to return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
39-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's good.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
You must get tired of seeing me. Set.
Off the play fake. Herbert. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Watch twins. Hey, alert 3.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To the air again, Herbert. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From a yard out. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
At their own 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. On first down, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now left side on the swing pass. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Darnold completes it, and he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
33. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Again, Darnold. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive goes 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
To kick off.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Their own 24-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 56. Hey, what's the ball? What's the ball?
Here's Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Today's final
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Niners, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.